a second to find it. And so we'll all read this together. It is language that makes us human. One half of language is to listen. Silence can exist without speech, but speech cannot live without silence. Listen to the speech of others. Listen even more to their silence. To pray is to listen to the revelations of nature, to the meaning of events. To listen to music is to listen also to silence, and to find the stillness deepened and enriched.
So, let's see if this works out. So once there were two boys who wanted to go over a bridge to be married, and there were two girls who wanted to go over a bridge to be married, but there was a troll on the bridge who happened to be governor, and he kept them from getting across that bridge. But thanks to lots of people over many years, the two boys and the two girls are just about to get across that bridge, and so that's what we're going to tell you about today. And there are two things going on. One is, and this is what Jim will tell you about, is as you all may know, and maybe some of the kids may know, the legislature passed a law making marriage equality the law of New Jersey. Governor vetoed it. So we have 10 or 11, maybe 12 weeks left in this legislature to overturn his veto, and that's what Jim will talk about. But I'm going to tell you a little bit about what's going on in the courts, because there's this parallel thing going on. And I don't have much time, so it's going to be very quick. But what's basically happened is, as a result of a recent Supreme Court decision, a district court, a local court in New Jersey, ruled that civil unions, which is what we have now in New Jersey, is unconstitutional. You have to allow same-sex marriage. And she ruled that has to start on Monday. So tomorrow, same-sex marriages were going to start under her ruling. Not surprisingly, the governor appealed that to the Supreme Court in New Jersey and asked the Supreme Court to stop marriages while he was appealing. And on Friday, in a kind of an amazing opinion, the Supreme Court said, no, we're not going to stop. We're not going to issue a stay. We're not going to stop marriages from taking place on Monday, which means, if you were a lawyer, this means that the Supreme Court has decided that the governor is not likely to succeed on the merits of his appeal. So we're almost there on so many fronts, and the law case will keep puttering on, and at some point in 2014 it will finally be resolved, hopefully well. But in the meantime, it's very important for us to continue to work on getting a real law passed, so that there isn't any doubt about marriage equality. I'm going to pass this to Jim now to talk about that issue.
Sure, thank you so much. Yeah. So, as you know, we are moving forward with the first same-sex marriages starting tonight at midnight tomorrow, and you'll be seeing that on the news in different parts of the state. I want to thank you all very much for the tremendous support for marriage equality that this congregation has demonstrated, and to Charlie as well, who was at a rally Friday evening. As Nick mentioned, we're continuing forward with the legislature because the marriages that start on Monday will not be certain, will not be secure until we know how the court rules. And so long as there's a shadow of a hint that we don't know what's going to happen, we need to make sure that the legislature overrides the veto so that everyone who gets married tomorrow, Tuesday, Wednesday, in the coming weeks will not be put in jeopardy. We've heard this story about what happened in California when the court ruled and everyone thought, yes, the court has ruled. And all my colleagues packed up and went home. And then the Superior Court or the Supreme Court, whatever it was, overturned that ruling, and they had to come back. So we don't want to do that here in New Jersey. So it's important to keep working, keep writing those letters, keep making those phone calls, keep reaching out to neighbors, keep talking to our state legislators, and lawyers can tell you how to do it. So thanks so much, and now you'll find out how you can help.
And it's important to note that 5 legislators have changed positions. So we're getting there. We are getting there to getting an override. We're not there yet.
Nick just said there are 5 that have turned. There are 5 assembly and 7 senators that we still need to turn their votes over. This could happen any day now. So any day could be the day before the vote, which means you need to get on the phones. You need to talk to the people in your community. We need to get on the phones with legislators. It is important to us as people of faith that everyone has marriage equality. Those are non-interchangeable. And we can do that on the phones. It's very simple. You're not calling legislators, you're calling your next door neighbor and saying, hey, I support marriage equality because I'm a person of faith. Do you support it also? Because, oh, I can patch you through to your legislator's voicemail right now. You don't have to take a number or anything. In 90 seconds, we've made contact. And there are new times, additional times, Sundays from 4 to 8 p.m., Mondays 11 to 2 p.m., also Tuesdays and Fridays from 11 to 2 p.m., and Saturdays from 3 to 6:30. This is local. We're at First Congregational, which is at 40 South Fullerton, literally 3 blocks and around the corner. Please come see me. Email me if you have any questions, and in the next week I'm going to be bugging all of you about a handwriting letter campaign. So please beware that I'll be stalking you and coming to your houses. Thank you. Good job.
So may your roots grow deep, your churches grow far, and you find the world to be a wonderful place, and may you be better to those who follow. I just want to say that Norm Miller, who's a member of our congregation in Summit, told me the other day that he received a call that came out of Union Congregational Church from one of our callers, that he was immediately plugged into his legislator's cell phone or voicemail, and was able to leave the very kind of message. And so it's a system that works. Please be part of it. Okay, so in honor of the theme just introduced, there was a young girl who had a crush on another girl in her school, and this young girl was about 16 years old, and she wanted to ask this girl that she had a crush on for a date. And so she asked her for a date, and the night of the date was coming, and the young girl just was afraid that she wouldn't know what to say on the date. She wouldn't know how to carry on a conversation. And so she went to her mother and she said, Mom, I have this first date coming, and I don't know what to talk about. And her mother said, you can be sure of 3 topics that always win conversation. And the first is food, and then family, and then philosophy. If you run out of things to talk about, just remember food, family, and philosophy. So the girl goes and she picks up her date, and they go to a soda fountain, and they have ice cream sodas in front of them, and they stare at each other for a very, very long time. And the girl's nervousness is building up, and then she remembers her mother's advice, and so she looks at her date across the table, and she says, so, do you like spinach? The girl across the table said, no, I don't like spinach. A few more uncomfortable minutes pass, and the girl says, okay, so, do you have a brother? The girl across the table said, no, I don't have a brother. Several more minutes of discomfort pass, and finally the first girl says, so, do you think if you had a brother, he might like spinach? Sometimes we need to lean into the silence. And in the silence we find who we are, listening to that voice. And once we know who we are, we know what it is that we've come to do. Learning what it is that we come to do, we come together from week to week, building our congregation. This month we are sharing our riches with the Archie Hargrave Scholarship Fund, a fund that goes here in town to graduating high school seniors who have been involved in building cultural bridges during their high school career, and we offer that scholarship so that they might continue on that course in college. And so we give as generously as we can now in our Sunday morning offering.
Come and go with me to that land. Come and go with me to that land. Come and go with me to that land where I'm bound. Come and go with me to that land. Come and go with me to that land. Come and go with me to that land where I'm bound. Freedom! There'll be freedom in that land. There'll be freedom in that land. There'll be freedom in that land where I'm bound. There'll be freedom in that land. There'll be freedom in that land. There'll be freedom in that land where I'm bound. Puppies! There'll be puppies in that land. There'll be puppies in that land. There'll be puppies in that land where I'm bound. There'll be puppies in that land. There'll be puppies in that land. There'll be puppies in that land where I'm bound.
There'll be chocolate.
Chocolate in that land. There'll be chocolate in that land. There'll be chocolate in that land where I'm bound. There'll be chocolate in that land. There'll be chocolate in that land. There'll be chocolate in that land where I'm bound. There'll be hammers in that land. There'll be hammers in that land. There'll be hammers in that land where I'm bound. There'll be hammers in that land. There'll be hammers in that land. There'll be hammers in that land where I'm bound.
There'll be dragons.
Dragons in that land. There'll be dragons in that land. There'll be dragons in that land where I'm bound. There'll be dragons in that land. There'll be dragons in that land. There'll be dragons in that land where
Thanks to our children's choir. Now let's sing all the children off as they go to their religious education activities.
leave your artwork in your chair. Artwork in your chair.
Again, good morning. I'm Ginny Loggins, this month's liturgist. We have a few announcements to share with you. If you're a visitor, please be sure to sign our guest book or one of the tear-offs from the brochure in the pews, and we'll send you the next few issues of our newsletter, The Gazette. You're welcome to participate in any of our programs. Following our postlude at the end of the service, everyone is invited to join us for the Coffee and Connection Hour, our social gathering in Fletcher Hall. Please remember that this morning we'll be taking a photo of the congregation gathered near and on the stage in Fletcher Hall. Perhaps some of you remember to wear bright colors. We will try to arrange our pose in some configuration of a rainbow so that we can use it for various marriage equality and other social justice issues in the future. And while you're there, you'll be able to purchase grocery gift cards. 5% off all your grocery purchases will go directly to supporting our congregation. You can also stop by our mesh table to find out how you can help Montclair's homeless and hungry. And for those who are involved in Coffee and Connections activities and would like childcare in order to participate, we're offering childcare in the nursery downstairs from 10 to 11. Our Board of Trustees would like to thank you for helping us to preserve the beauty of our worship space by refraining from bringing food or drink into the sanctuary during services. We recognize the lovely flowers on our chancel table this morning, a gift from the Crafton family in celebration of Avery and Julia's 8th birthday. And now Mike Mernon has an announcement for our upcoming UU auction.
Hi, the auction is November 23rd. Our theme is school days. Nick's got some posters up. And despite nudging from Diane and Francesca and Nick to move the process along, we/I are very behind schedule as always. But it always turns out. But how it turns out is at coffee hour, you gotta come fill out a registration slip and let us know you're coming. And the link is not up on the website yet. I apologize for that. But as soon as the link is up, which I hope will be tomorrow, go log in to our auction website, and if you donated before, if you remembered from last year, it'll be very familiar how you do it. If you're not familiar with it, you can come see us at coffee hour. I'll have a laptop there and I can show you the website and show you how it works. If you're new to the congregation, if you haven't come to the auction before, this is our most fun community building and fundraising event of the year, and you should ask anyone about it, and ask me, ask Nick, ask Diane, ask Francesca, ask anyone you see, and I'll tell you what a great time it is. So I'm looking forward to everyone participating. Who's planning on coming right now? Do we have a show of hands? November 23rd? That's pretty good. Okay, thanks.
And now Lawrence Ramsey has an announcement about the senior youth Halloween party.
Hi, good morning. I just have a couple of words. I want to leave you with the idea of a tombstone pinata, face painting like ghouls and witches, and music and games. So if you have a niece, nephew, children, yourselves who are young, the senior youth are putting on a Halloween party this Friday, October 25th, from 5 to 7:30. I'm going to try and make sure that every one of our children today get a flyer, and they'll be coming home with you. Sorry, we couldn't go paperless. I think that was too spooky. So.
Please be sure to notice the announcements printed on the insert in the order of service. And to get announcements you would like to have shared with the congregation to the office no later than Wednesday of the week you'd like them to be announced. Recognizing that the time for announcements has passed, we continue now in the spirit of sharing. From the chalice, which is a symbol of our community, we light these candles of remembrance, forming a fountain of light to embrace us all in both our joys and concerns. We turn to those who will share remembrances aloud at this time. We kindly ask that you begin your remembrance by stating your name. If you wish for your remembrance to be shared electronically with the congregation, please be sure to leave a written version with me or the minister.
Good morning. I'm Lou Dodge. I have two remembrances this morning. One for my mother-in-law, who we celebrated her 98th birthday yesterday. And one, I'm here at the request of one of our most beloved and esteemed members of our congregation, and that is Julian Kaplan, who has requested that I light a candle for his beloved St. Louis Cardinals, and in hope of their continued success. And we certainly wish that against the hating Red Sox in the World Series.
Hi, I'm Laura Sparrow Gray, and I would like to light a candle of celebration and gratitude. Tuesday, after 2 years of battle in and out of the court, my divorce was finalized, and the custody was finalized, and I will remain residential custodian of my 3-year-old son, Aiden. In order to settle this, I had to bipolar relocation hearing, and I want to thank you all so much for the support and love that you've given the two of us in the last 6 months, because without that, it would be devastating to not be able to leave, but I'm so grateful for the community that he and I have found, so thank you so much. And I've changed my name to his middle name, so that's going to happen progressively.
Now light this candle for a couple of congregational causes. One is we remember in our thoughts and prayers Mary Wanderpolo, who continues to struggle with her cancer, and PJ Dwyer, who struggles with hers. PJ has gotten to a point in her process where she is strong enough and will be moving, she hopes, sometime either the end of this month or the first of next month out to Arizona, and it's always been her dream to live there, and so we hope that she might be able to do that. And just the deepest gratitude for the course and the journey that has brought us to the point in the struggle for LGBTQ justice that we reached on Friday. The end is not at hand, but it's not so far away. We are getting so close to that finish line, and we will be there working together and arm in arm as we cross that finish line. It's coming very soon. And I'll light this final candle for all of our unspoken joys and concerns. They are part of us, and so too they are part of our gathering together. And I'll invite you to join me in the spirit of prayer. Spirit of life-giving love and love-giving life. Spirit of a beautiful Sunday morning in October. We greet the beauty of a fall morning, knowing that that beauty speaks of what has been and opens the door to what is yet to be. May we each find the beauty in our journeys, find the beauty through the struggles we've been through, and anticipate the beauty and the love yet to be experienced. May we each be granted peace in our hearts, healing in our lives, so that we in turn might offer to the world peace and healing. Let us hold this moment together in quiet.